everyone, Dr. Laura Neville here. You saw my last videos about high testosterone in females. Today I want to talk about low testosterone in females because testosterone is very important for the female body. It's not just for males. Most of the attention is given to testosterone for males, but super important for women's health as well. Too low of testosterone in a female might look like depression or lethargy, overall low mood, muscle weakness or loss of muscle mass, and low sex drive. So these are all very common symptoms for women, especially as we age. And testosterone naturally does decline after the age of 40. Most of it comes from the ovaries. So when there's when ovulation stops happening or when it starts to occur not regularly, you're gonna have a natural decline in all of the sex hormones. So estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Testosterone actually comes also from the adrenal glands as well, not just the ovaries. But here's the problem. A lot of people today have adrenal fatigue. That's just kind of the common theme here in the Western world. And so once cortisol levels start to drop, you have what's called adrenal fatigue. You're basically in a state of burnout, and the adrenal glands are not going to be able to produce the testosterone that would keep you as healthy as possible. Other reasons to have testosterone start dropping off as you age: having a hysterectomy or having your ovaries removed. Even if the uterus is removed and the ovaries remain intact, there's a really reduced amount of blood flow to the ovaries themselves and less testosterone is produced. Using estrogen therapy that's delivered by mouth, so swallowing estrogen therapy, even if it's bioidentical, does something to increase sex hormone binding globulin. That protein actually has the greatest affinity for testosterone, so it's going to bind up that testosterone, and you can actually have low testosterone because you're using estrogen, so not a great way to deliver estrogen to the body. Other reasons for having low testosterone in a woman: using too much alcohol, being exposed to plastics. So in that BPA, and there's other xenoestrogens in those plastics, those can all be they're what's called endocrine disruptors, and they will mess up the hormones. Overly stressed, not enough sleep. Okay, so let's reverse this. Let's reverse engineer and talk about the positive side. What can you do to boost your testosterone levels if you have found that they're low? Now, you can actually get testosterone replacement in certain cases from your doctor. That may be appropriate, it may not be. There's also something called DHEA, which is a pro-hormone. It converts to testosterone. Sometimes this is given as a supplement to be able to boost testosterone levels in both males and females. You want to be really careful with this one. It's often sold over the counter, but the dosing that's sold over the counter, those studies come directly from male studies. No one ever studied this in females, and so the dosing is actually really high, and it can actually drive your testosterone far too high and push you into almost like a faux metabolic syndrome issue. So be careful with that one. Make sure you talk to your doctor and you're getting appropriate dosages that are much lower than what's sold over the counter. Getting enough sleep, having a diet that's balanced with proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Remember that cholesterol is the very starting material for all the sex hormones. So if you're on a medication like a statin, that can actually cut off the ability to produce the sex hormones from the very get-go. So you want to be mindful of that. Exercise, and specifically weightlifting, has been shown beneficial to producing testosterone for both males and females. Getting vitamin D would be awesome if you're getting it from the sunshine, but you can also supplement that as well, and just make sure your doctor's tracking your levels, because too much vitamin D is also toxic. And what else did I miss? Carbohydrate intake, making sure that's adequate, decreasing alcohol, and avoiding plastics, as I said before, and decreasing stress levels, if at all possible, in whatever way you can. That you have to have an active stress management practice in your life. Stress is just, it's going to be there. You can avoid it. You can't afford to not have a stress management plan in place. All right, everyone, I hope this video has been very helpful for you to consider that testosterone. Again, Goldilocks, we don't want too much. We also don't want too little, especially in women as they age. If you have more questions about this, you might want to head on over to my website. I have a questionnaire there, and I've color-coded all of the symptoms you can bubble in for yourself, and it's going to tell you which hormone that actually correlates with. There's a whole section there on testosterone. All right, until next time.